Good morning, everybody. I'm Mills Mincer again, founder of Diamond Bank. We're the premier jewelry equity lenders in the United States. I like to explain cool things about the industry that a lot of people don't know and just be ultra transparent. Today I'm going to talk about the resale value of small diamonds and why you pay the price that you pay when you buy them and why they're worth what they're worth when you wish to get a loan or sell them. So, for example, this is a beautiful Riviera necklace. These were originally designed for royalty. The word Riviera derives from the French word for river, so it's a river of diamonds. So very beautiful. This is about 11.5 carats. Honestly, they start around this size and go up to much larger. But the point I wanted to make about this is the discrepancy in what was originally paid for it versus what we were able to loan for it, although our loan values are, like I said, the highest in the country. The reason is that the number one factor that drives price on diamonds is weight due to rarity. So there's an exponential curve. So between a 1 carat and a 2 carat isn't twice as rare, it's 4 times as rare. Okay, so these smaller diamonds from a rarity standpoint are incredibly plentiful, right? And what you're ultimately paying for is the time to mine the diamonds, because that's a very costly process, the time to manufacture and cut the diamonds, duties and tariffs, getting them overseas, then they're sold to a manufacturer who creates something, who sells it to a jeweler who ultimately sells it to an individual. And people have this idea in our industry that everything's ultra valuable. Well, just like the clothing industry, the home industry, a significant component is attributed to labor, right? All the people that are employed in this industry have to make a living. When you originally buy them, all the time to bring these to market is factored in. When you go to sell small diamonds like this, most buyers, right, we're a large buyer and lender, but there's lots of buyers in all sorts of cities, buy tons of gold from the public. So every wedding band they buy has little diamonds in it. Every piece of fashion, I mean, there's so many of these little diamonds that on the pre-owned or recycle market that hold very, very little value. So when we make a loan on something like this, it's the complete item itself. We take into consideration the time and labor, and this was in pristine condition, so we were able to do it. But when you go into a store and purchase something like this, a retail price is generally about $2,500 per carat, right? So for a carat of these, it's $2,500. So on an 11.6 like this, it's about $29,000 would be a fair, again, not a wholesale price, but a retail price. For us, when we make a loan, in the event we ended up with it, we would want to sell it to a dealer or break it apart and use those diamonds for something else, and we loan about $600 a carat. So the loan value on this is about $7,000, where the retail price is $29,000. But if you think about all the other things you spend money on, whether it's similar to like a fine men's suit or a lady's wedding dress, the wool or the silk maybe be $100, but the item itself is $2,500 or more. And people understand that because of time, labor, and design, but yet the industry and the public as a whole doesn't, communicate that same thought process to jewelry, but that's the fact. So if you spend that type of money on other items, they have no value when you're done, where with this piece, for example, we're able to loan $7,000. So that's the reality of smaller diamonds. And always, if value retention is important to you, always buy fewer larger diamonds, right? You're much better to buy 1.5 carats than 3 diamonds that equal 2 carats, for example, because the number one factor is weight. It trumps all else, right? So where you start getting significant dollars is 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat, the checks get a lot bigger. And that's why you see a lot of the mall stores, they'll say it's a 3 carat total weight, but it's a bunch of little diamonds. So anyway, hope that was informative and hope you have a wonderful day.